Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to iTouch App Reviewers. In this video, I have a super exciting video for you guys. We are going to be talking about Apple's newest event, which is coming up on October 13th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So if you're on the East Coast, that will be 1 p.m. Now, of course, you can add this to your calendar just like all of their other events, but something cool, if you double tap on this, you can actually bring up an AR experience. I can't do it right now because I'm in a bright white environment, but if I kind of spin this around, you guys can see that is definitely an AirTag right there in the middle, and it kind of blows up to this and it says 1013. You can kind of scroll around. Eventually, it will all collapse on itself and go back to that singular little icon here. Super cool. Kind of a cool Easter egg, so go check that out. But let's talk about what we're actually going to see at this event, because there have been tons of different rumors going around, and I'm here to tell you guys what we're probably going to see. So first of all, a lot of people saw this invite and they thought, okay, that looks like an AirTag and maybe a HomePod. And I think people are pretty close to being correct. I think that middle one is definitely an AirTag. The next one I actually think is the new wireless charger from Apple. And I think the next one is either a HomePod Mini or just a normal HomePod, probably just the mini one, just to kind of give you a size reference. That's probably the size it will be. Now also, if you look closely here, look at this shade of blue. This is likely going to be the next iPhone color, kind of this dark midnight blue looking thing, and it looks really good. Some have also speculated that this orange will be a brand new color, possibly exclusive to the mini iPhone. Now, I do actually have a dummy unit on hand of what that would look like. So here is kind of a comparison to the 11 Pro. This is not the Max. And the 5.4 inch iPhone 12. This would be called the iPhone 12 Mini. And this is kind of a size comparison, and it could come in this exclusive color. Now, in the actual event, it says high, speed right here, which is obviously alluding to the new chip in the new iPhone and 5G capabilities. Now, when we talk about 5G and the iPhone 12, which here is the 6.1 inch iPhone 12, this is of course just a dummy unit. I don't have the real thing. But when we talk about the iPhone 12, we have to remember Apple is likely going to be differentiating the lines. So, for example, if this is the 12 mini and this is the 12 Pro, let's just say, this one will likely get 5G millimeter wave, and this one might just get the standard sub-6 5G with this one. So we're not exactly sure how Apple's going to divide it up, but that is likely what we're going to see at the event. Now, it's also speculated at this event we're going to see a new braided lightning cable. So they are going to keep the lightning port, if this thing would focus. However, the cable will supposedly be braided and kind of like those anchor cables, which I actually really like. Much more durable. We know Apple's cables are complete shit. I probably spent close to as much money on cables as I have on iPhone. So glad to see that they're going to be changing those out a little bit. So anyways, about the iPhones. The iPhone 12 will come in 4 variants. So we're going to have a 5.4 inch right here, iPhone 12 mini. Then we are going to see an iPhone 12 standard edition. That one's going to be a 6.1 inch OLED display. By the way, the entire line is going to be OLED. Now, these are the lower end models, meaning they're probably not going to get the best screen. They're not going to get all the best 5G features, but hey, they're iPhones nonetheless, and they're going to be very good phones. After that, we're going to be taking a look at the 6.1 inch 12 Pro. So these are the budget models. The next two are the iPhone 12 Pro, which will be the exact same size as this one. So these two will look identical. And then lastly, we will have the 12 Pro Max, which is going to be 6.7 inches. And from what I've heard from internal sources who have used that phone, they say it is incredibly uncomfortable. And they are kind of urging people to check it out in the store maybe before buying it, because it is just so huge and so uncomfortable that they didn't even like using it. So keep that in mind. You definitely want to try these out in the store before you get it. The 6.1 inch is going to be pretty, this is a pretty safe buy. I like the smaller iPhones like this 5.8 inch 11 Pro, and I think the 6.1 would be just fine for me. With these very flat edges, honestly, it feels really premium in the hand. I love that feel, kind of harkening back to the iPhone 5 days. This one really feels like an iPhone 5. But hey, it's going to have a full screen display. So what's not to love there? Speaking of design, on the sides here, this is probably what we're going to see. Hopefully this thing focuses here, but we got the mute switch, volume, and then the SIM card tray. And then on the other side here, we've got the power button, but also this long, weird spot. And no one really knows what's going to be in that spot yet. We just don't know. Some say it could be a smart connector. Some say it's an antenna for 5G. I think it would be cool if they introduced some sort of magnetic charging, but I don't think it'll be that yet. Watch out for next year though. It's gonna be pretty interesting. So as you guys can see, this is the 11 Pro right here. Very rounded corners. This one is very sharp corners. So you guys can kind of take that into account, kind of see the size difference that it really does give. It's a slight difference, and I do think people are going to like this. On the iPhone 12s, we're also going to see a brand new camera module. Some are saying it's going to be twice the size. I think they mean thickness, but Apple might be able to alleviate that by making the phone a little thicker. Not sure yet, but we are hearing that these phones will have LiDAR on the back of them. Now, this is going to be huge for AR, like augmented reality apps. It's going to be fantastic for those. Even just the camera itself, it's going to have very quick autofocus, which it already is really fast. So somehow they're going to make it even faster, which is always a good thing. Next up, obviously the square design, which I already went over. Now, another cool feature is probably going to be a magnetic back. So right in the center here on these phones, possibly just the Pro models, there will be a circle right here that's magnetic, which means that when you take Apple's brand new wireless charger, you set the phone on that charger, it's going to automatically kind of go into the right spot. So you always get a good contact point and you don't have to worry about the phone sliding off. Like literally my video on why I hate wireless chargers, that was one of my main reasons. So that is going to be fantastic. Also, it should help with your AirPods. So let me grab mine here. If you have an old pair of AirPods or something and you want to charge it up real quick, reverse wireless charge should be coming to that. Also, I think it's for AirTags. I think AirTags will also have magnetic properties and will be able to charge from the back of your phone very quickly. Would be super cool. Another thing that I haven't heard too many people talk about is Touch ID coming back. So obviously it's 2020. Everyone's out there running around with a mask on. So your phone can't do Face ID when you've got a mask. So if Apple went ahead and implemented Touch ID again, either right here in the power button or on this side piece that we don't know what it is, that would be fantastic. If they could figure out a way to do that, I would be on board for that, to have the option of Touch ID or Face ID. Now, the new iPhone 12s will also have the A14 chip. There's rumors that the Mini will have a slightly lower clocked one, but don't count on that. I think they'll all be the same. Everything's going to have a U1 chip inside of it, so you can bet on that. It'll be in the AirTags, the AirPods Studio, which I will talk about in a second, and also possibly in AirPower and AirPower Mini. Now, there's rumors that at this event, we will see AirPower and AirPower Mini. I think we will see AirPower Mini, which will be the one device, basic wireless charger. Hopefully it will be fast charging, and hopefully it will also have an auto shut-off feature. How cool would it be if you set your phone on a wireless charger and it charged up to 100%, AirPower knew that, shut itself off so that your phone would not keep getting hot from the wireless charger? That is what I hate about current wireless chargers. If Apple could pull this off, which of course they could, that would be sweet. And I would use a wireless charger much more, because if you watched my battery tips videos, you know for a fact that heat is terrible for iPhone batteries. So don't count on AirPower being released, but AirPower Mini, yes. I don't know what they're going to call it though. Now, before I mentioned AirPods Studio, these are not going to be like little AirPods like this. They are going to be full-blown studio headphones that go over your head and over your ears. The reason we think that Apple will be releasing these imminently is because Apple started pulling all third-party headphones from the Apple Store. Like if you walk into an Apple Store now, you will likely not see any more third-party headphones. I think they even did it online. Not for sure on that one yet, but yeah, they're just disappearing now. This means Apple is trying to get rid of the competition and make room for their own stuff. So kind of a smart move on their part, especially if their stuff is pretty expensive, which it probably will be. Beats may also be phased out slowly here coming up. So be on the lookout. If you want Beats, you might want to think about getting some. Now let's quickly talk about Apple TV and macOS Big Sur. So we think that there will be an Apple TV update at this event. Possibly one model will have the A12X chip and one will have the A14 chip, which we're going to see in the new iPhones. So one's going to be a little faster. We also think we're going to see more storage, a new controller, and possibly a remote control for Apple Arcade gaming, which would be super cool. Maybe it would even work on the iPhones. That would be something pretty cool. And then lastly, macOS Big Sur. We don't know when that's going to come out. I have it. I have all of the latest betas. It's a little buggy, but overall, it's going to be a fantastic update for most people. And I think you're really going to like it. Wow, I tried to get through that as quickly as possible, guys. If you liked the video, hit it with a thumbs up. This is a culmination of so many rumors and stuff. If you want to follow me on Twitter at iTouchAppReview, follow us up. We post leaks there a lot more than we do on YouTube. because hey, it's a lot quicker to send out a 2-second tweet than it is to spend 7 hours editing a video. That's all I got for this one, guys. If you liked it, hit it with a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.